Happy Public Service Recognition Week, everyone, and welcome to the award ceremony for our statewide recognition program. I'm excited that you've joined us today as we recognize Delaware's incredible public servants. You all work hard every day to improve the lives of Delawareans across our state. I know that these past few years under COVID-19 have been especially challenging, but we're moving forward thanks to your hard work and perseverance. This week is dedicated to thank you for your service, highlight your accomplishments, and inform the public about the many ways that government workers make life better for all of us. I look forward to this recognition program every year, and I continue to be impressed with the extraordinary accomplishments of Delaware's public servants. I'm incredibly proud of the way that state employees always rise to the occasion. You demonstrate compassion for others while serving our citizens in new and innovative ways. And so I'd like to extend my sincere congratulations to all nominees and award recipients this year. We had an incredible group of nominees. And let me close by saying how grateful I am to work with all of you, and especially those who are being recognized today. You all bring honor to public servants and government employees everywhere. And so happy Public Service Recognition Week and enjoy the program.
As Secretary of the Department of Human Resources, it is an honor to join you to celebrate Public Service Recognition Week. This is a time to celebrate you and to thank you. Your commitment, positive attitude, and expertise truly make a difference every day in the lives of others. To quote Muhammad Ali, "Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth." Considering that your career is dedicated to serving the people of our great state of Delaware, you instinctively understand that quote. Think about it. Service to others is the rent you pay for your room here on earth. As we thank you for your service to others, we also renew our commitment to providing you better training opportunities, competitive salaries, the best healthcare and retirement benefits, more flexibility in your work schedules, and career progression. While we honor all public servants during this week of recognition and appreciation, we also celebrate some extraordinary accomplishments of individuals and teams for their excellence in service to our state and the citizens of Delaware. This year, we are honoring the achievements of more than 150 fellow employees during the statewide recognition award ceremony. Employees will be presented awards for heroism, excellence and commitment in state service, and team excellence. With the support of the state's business community, we also are presenting the Gear P3 Trailblazer and Innovation and Efficiency Awards. You will hear inspiring stories about the accomplishments of State of Delaware employees, and I am confident you will appreciate why these individuals and teams were selected to receive these prestigious awards. They truly exemplify what it means to be a public servant. Please join me in applauding the outstanding contributions of our fellow state employees. Thank you for joining us today, and thank you for your commitment to making Delaware a better place to live and work.
The state has hundreds of unsung heroes. Today we recognize some of these heroes with the Delaware Award for Heroism. This award is presented to state employees who have demonstrated outstanding judgment, exceptional courage, extraordinary decisiveness and presence of mind, and unusual swiftness of action, regardless of their own personal safety, in the attempt to save or protect human life and/or property. Incidents may occur on or off duty. State employees whose job duties regularly put them in the way of danger are eligible for this award, but must have displayed a level of commitment not required or expected in the performance of their daily duties. It is my pleasure to introduce the 2021 Delaware Award for Heroism Award recipients.
Back last May, Carlos, the fellow who works with me here out of the shop, went on a road call to go fix one of the mower decks on a John Deere tractor.
And when I went under the frame, we still don't know what exactly happened with why it came down. but it came down and I got pinched in the arm.
It's on me.
We saw it happen and he hollered, so we immediately got the deck up enough to get it off of him so he could slide out. We immediately called 911 to get emergency services.
Yeah, I mean, that was crazy. That was, fast thinking. I mean, instantaneous. If the longer that deck and the weight sat on that shoulder, Lord knows what else would have happened to his body aside of nerve damage and things like that. He didn't break no bones, but there was a lot of nerve issues and stuff between his arm, his shoulder, and his neck.
A lot went through my mind, obviously the shock of pain and everything, and thinking like, oh my God, I don't have a way to communicate with nobody, besides, if I wouldn't be alone, I wouldn't be here saying, what I'm saying. And I was like, thank God that, these two pretty much angels, they were there to help me.
Yeah, that means a lot to me. I mean, just with him being able to turn a wrench again, that's a good feeling.
I was just glad to be there at the right time, that's all. That I could help.
Their quick thinking, I believe, made a difference in his ability to heal, recover, and be back to work in less than a year.
So on February 19, 2022, Ms. Ellerby and Coach Carlos were supervising residents during dinner in the cafeteria.
I was walking towards one of the tables where I noticed a resident jump up. And that's actually something that we don't do in the program without permission. So it caught my eye. And then I went over to him, but I noticed that he was choking. So that's when I began the Heimlich maneuver.
Ms. Ellerby first reacted to a student in distress. As she went over, I saw the student was in distress. She started at first, and I assisted, and we got it out of his throat.
That could have ended very bad. Our medical department did review the video and the incident, and they told us that it was only a matter of seconds before the child went unresponsive, and we would have been performing CPR.
You could tell that he was kind of almost in disbelief, but also grateful that it didn't go any further. You can tell that he really didn't know what was going to happen. He was kind of like in disbelief, to be honest.
It's not about the recognition for them. They show up every day to do their job, to do what's best for kids, to help kids change their thought process, to help kids do better when they return to the community.
I mean, they've been dealt some serious blows in their lives. Some caused by themselves and some not. To help them along, hopefully get them into college, back in high school, working, being a productive citizen. That's our goal.
We come in every day and it's unpredictable, but that's actually what I like about this job. Getting to know the kids, building relationships with them, holding them accountable, but also being empathetic to their situations.
People work here because they truly want to work here. They believe in helping kids and they believe in what we're trying to do, which is rehabilitate kids. I think on that day, Ms. Ellerby and Coach Carlos did what they always do. They showed up and they were ready to perform and they were ready to do whatever was necessary to help the child.
I'm Captain Donald, deputy. I'm the captain of the Woodland Ferry right now. I'm the best captain because I'm the only captain. We were changing the cable, in fact, that day. And so there was a lot of crew here. There was probably 7 or 8 guys here working to change the cable. And at the time, the boat was on the other side, on the Bethel side. And we saw splashing in the water upriver, right in the center of the channel. And it was 2 kayakers. And one was in the water, and the other one was paddling in a circle, trying to help them get out. And they just weren't making any progress. So along comes a tugboat around the corner, and we're only as good as our crew. So, I mean, I'm not really a hero. One of the crew went out in the John boat and rescued the kayaker, towed him to shore because he just, for some reason, he couldn't get back in the kayak. Had a bad shoulder, come to find out, because they towed him over to where I was on that side, and I was able to call the tugboat. And what I told him was, you're gonna have to go to all stop, or you're gonna be on the national news. And he says, what, I can't stop. I'm getting too close here. I said, well, you have to stop. I said, there's people in the water. So the black smoke rolled out and the tugboat got stopped. He had a whole load of sand, which is, not easy to stop something that big and heavy. They towed the kayakers to shore, hauled them in, and no injuries that day. Typically it's like this, nice and calm and uneventful. That's how we like it.
It was kind of just a routine night doing curfew checks on our, on the youth that are on probation.
And I believe what was told to me is that they might have heard a call for shots fired and possible injured people in the area they were in.
They rushed there. They called, in on the radios for backup. They called for an ambulance, and they provided life-saving measures to this woman.
We noticed that there was someone sitting on the sidewalk, and we asked, hey, what happened to that lady? And another guy that was standing beside her said, oh, she was just shot. So, that kind of made us, really, kick into our training and our senses. And she immediately, Officer Carney immediately jumped out of the car and, tried to give aid. It was very hectic, and we didn't really think a whole lot. As soon as we heard the shots fired, we responded to that location, and we reacted the best that we could, and we gave aid the best that we could until that EMS got there.
The goal of the unit is really to provide services to the children that are at risk in the state of Delaware. So their role is really to make sure the kids are compliant with their curfew, make sure they're complying with the conditions of probation. And this was definitely an out of the box situation. But in a split second, they made a decision to help and render aid to this woman. So I think a lot of people come to work for the Division of Youth Rehab Services because they really want to help kids. So, we all know that kids make mistakes. So we want to make sure that we are a part of their lives and keep them on the right track. So I've always found this work to be fulfilling. I find that when people come to work for us, they feel the same way.
You need someone to not just look at a 12-year-old that grew up in poverty and just think that that's all he's going to be. There's times when we arrest kids just to protect them from themselves. So you have to have that thinker, the critical thinker for this job, and also one that's willing to be like, hey, this isn't right. I know I'm law enforcement, but I also see the social services aspect here. I need help in. So you need someone to have the best of both worlds, and that's what we do at SJO. Yes, you're a serious juvenile. Yes, you're a dangerous offender to the public, but I see you also as a child. And I have to take that in aspect. Just because you're a child doesn't mean I'm still going to do my job, but I'm also going to have that thinking that, hey, this isn't end all be all. I need you to stop a carjacking. I need you to stop doing this or that. And I'm not going to arrest you, but I'm also going to find you the services needed to help you.
We're so proud of our SJO officers and what they do every day to help the youth in our community.
I happened to be going to ROFO, and I'd only been in the job a couple months. My name is Travis Shermer. I work for DelDOT South District Maintenance Division. I'm a field manager. I was coming from Route 1. There was PCC patching that we were checking up on, met with the inspector. Had finished there, and I took Route 16. So on a normal day, I might have cut cross country because I needed to go to the Seaford area, but I decided to take Route 16 all the way out to Greenwood because I wanted to stop at ROFO to get something to drink. I was almost there. Before Sawmill Road, I saw a concrete truck that was flipped over. What alerted me to it was it actually had clipped an electric line. So I saw the pole, and then I saw the wheel spinning on the concrete truck. So I actually made it to the concrete truck and said, oh, this just happened, reversed, threw on my lights, and about the time I was throwing on gloves and my jacket to go check on the driver or whoever was there, a UPS driver had pulled up next to me. And when I came up to the window, it was flipped over on its side. The driver was actively trying to get out. he was kicking the windshield. So I thought maybe that he was going to be knocked out. I went back to my truck, I got a shovel and was trying to pry the window open, and then the UPS driver came up and had a box cutter. So we cut the seal of the window, yanked the window off. The engine compartment had caught fire. So at that point, he got his fire extinguisher, put it out, and then we got him out of the truck, the driver, because we had cut the window. I said, just sit down, EMS is on the way. I stayed on site until EMS had arrived. So he made it out okay, but rolling up on it, I thought somebody was really hurt. So it was really nice to see that he wasn't that hurt. I asked the state police officer if he needed anything else from me. He said no. I said, since I'm out here, do you guys need anything? She said that, because they were detouring the road because they needed to get the power line fixed. So I went and relieved an officer, stayed out there for a little bit longer, and then went to my next site, and then finished out my day, and then told my boss what had happened, and he said, you probably need to write that up in an email. So that's what I did.
Congratulations to all the recipients of the Delaware Award for Heroism. And I'd like to extend a special thank you to agency recognition coordinators for not only helping make this celebration possible, but also for their dedication and work throughout the year to recognize the efforts and accomplishments of state employees. To learn more about this year's recipients and the statewide recognition program, visit de.gov/govawards. Thank you.